MotorWeek is made possible by RockAuto.com.
Well, you've been wanting this car for a long time. Something that you've wanted since you were a teenager. And finally you find one. Maybe sitting out in the weeds, but you know, what's the big deal? Then come those fateful words, ran when parked. Okay, well, maybe it did, but it's been a long time since it was parked. Now, what do? You really want the car, so you buy it, you get it home, and the very first thing you do is what you should never do. And that is you put a fresh battery in it and you put the key in the ignition and you try to start it. Well, don't do it. You see, after a car has been sitting for a long period of time, there's all sorts of things that can go on inside the engine. You can have rust rings in the cylinders where the starter can slam the piston rings against that rust ring and break the piston rings. Valves could be stuck open. We've forced one open and wedged it down here. It can be stuck open. The starter will just keep going. Wham! It hits the valve bends or it cracks the head or something like that. So what do you do to prevent things like that? Well, the first thing you do is you remove the spark plugs. Then you put oil or penetrating oil or some type of lubricant into each one of the cylinders. And you let it sit overnight, at least. A couple, 3 days, fine, that's good too. What you want to do is you want to get the insides of the cylinders coated with some kind of oil that will help dissipate any rust that's in there. Then, you still don't hook up the starter. And the reason is the starter has no feeling whatsoever, but you do. So you take a wrench, you put it on the bolt in the end of the crankshaft, and you turn it very gently, turn it, and if all of a sudden it doesn't want to turn, well, you go backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, and loosen up whatever the piston or whatever is in there is hitting, and you get past it without any damage. So it's a real simple way to free up an engine that has been sitting for a long period of time without damaging it. And if you have a question or a comment, drop me a line right here at MotorWeek.